We're doing Whiskey Del Bac Frontera tonight. Whiskey Del Bac was kind enough to send us a bottle. This is their classic American single malt. And now we got Grim in. Classic American single malt, aged in new white oak casks and finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry botas. Bottled at 97 proof. There's going to be 1,200 bottles available starting March 25th. Shipping to Arizona and Kentucky. Distribution in New York, Missouri, California, Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee, and Illinois. Oh, now I see your face.
Here we go. All right, so maybe it's not a pixel problem. Maybe it's an Instagram problem.
I thought I've been talking through my Bluetooth this whole time. Now I'm wondering because you're coming through my phone.
Yeah, I got nothing for you.
I don't know. I'm gonna keep it in just in case. We'll see what happens.
All right, it's fair. As long as everything sounds fine on your end and everybody can hear us, okay, then I'm cool.
If you're cool, I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you're cool, I'm cool. I'm cool. You're cool.
I'm assuming I was trying to keep everybody entertained, so it's definitely
technical difficulties. I like it.
It's definitely a PEBCAC error. I think is what it is. ID10T error.
I think so.
I think so. It's
good to see you. We need to do these like middle of the day on a Saturday so we can both sit outside.
Yes.
Not now, but in like a couple months because we got like a foot of snow yesterday, but it stopped getting taller at like 8 inches. So it just compacted. It was like it was sprinkling neutron stardust. It was
nice.
It's the heaviest snowfall I've seen here yet, and that means volume and density. Like it was backbreaking.
Well, I mean, volume and density are both very important things.
It's true. It's very true.
As long as you got that going for you.
Yeah. So
it snowed here for like a day, and that was it.
I saw that.
So I posted like 20 pictures.
So I've been able to actually hear you as if I was in the live this whole time.
Really?
Yeah, so I was trying to, like, I spent most of that time troubleshooting why I was hearing you at, like, full volume in my headphones, but half volume coming from my phone, and I realized it's because I was live in the headphones, but watching the live on my phone. It was weird. It got real weird.
You know what? I think it's Instagram wants us to pay for the check mark.
Are they doing that too?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw. So if anybody that's watching now, Instagram says I think it's $12 to $15 a month for blue check mark. They're currently testing it in New Zealand, and they will also increase your reach for your account as part of the blue check mark program. So,
I mean, if they're going to keep paying us for reels, then we can dump that right back in and buy the check mark.
So they're also not going to be paying for reels anymore.
Okay. All right. So what we made like $30 off reels, so we can pay like 2 months worth of blue check mark, right?
We can do 2 months of being verified.
Okay,
all right. Our reels, they kept demonetizing us for alcohol content. So, like, really?
Yeah.
Really? They demonetized us for a dad joke.
Speaking of alcohol content, I've been watching since the beginning, so I'm really glad that you touched on some of the release notes. When we've mentioned to them, like, hey, can we get 2 samples? Because, Grim's out in New Hampshire and he misses you guys terribly. They're like, yeah, we'll get you 2 samples. I was not expecting whole ass bottles.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was floored when this showed up, and I can't thank Del Bac enough.
Yeah.
They've time and time again been, I mean, even with free, whiskey notwithstanding, like free whiskey notwithstanding, they've been one of my favorite American distilleries. Let's say absolute favorite American single malt, hands down.
Yeah. No, I will totally agree with you, especially anything with their mesquite smoked variety is just instantly one of my top.
Yeah. This one, I believe this release is unsmoked though, right?
It is. It is an unsmoked American single malt.
Yeah. Are you pouring already?
I'm not. Join my OnlyFans to watch me uncork. Yes. That's a thought.
Speaking of uncorking, I've been waiting because, like,
uncork it.
Uncork it.
Ooh, that was a good cork.
Yep. That's a double tap right there.
That was most definitely a double tap. Oh, I already like the way it smells.
Wow. That might be one of the sweetest whiskeys that I've smelled coming from Del Bac.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Matt.
there's a lot of sweetness on the nose. Like fruit sweetness. What up,
Now, do
Matt?
you remember way back when we started this, and you thought I was crazy for being able to pinpoint the taste of like grape skins, particularly not fruit, but like fruit
Yes.
skins?
Yes.
It's in their official tasting notes. It's a real thing. I just
I
want,
never
for the
doubted
record,
you.
I want that to be known that it's a real thing, and I sometimes know what I'm doing.
Yes. Yes. I never doubted you. I just never. Yeah. I got nothing from there.
Ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. So nose, sweet, grape skin,
Yep.
fruit sweetness, a little bit of dark.
It smells like a wine. It smells like a wine.
It does.
Not surprising considering that it's aged in sherry barrels, but
Yeah, definitely got a red, almost like a red wine feel to it.
yep.
Yeah. All right, cheers, buddy.
Slanjava.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh man,
It's so smooth.
I like that.
Yeah. It's so
I like
smooth.
that. Finish is still going.
Yeah.
That's good. There's like some leather on the finish. I'm picking up like I don't know. It's like sweet leather on the finish.
Like rich Corinthian leather.
Oh, rich Corinthian leather. Exactly. No, that's really good.
Mm.
Man,
That's a hell of a pour.
there's a pop in the mid palate that reminds me of that actually reminds me of red wine, or like fruit sweetness, like right in the mid palate, and then it
Yep.
like trails off into like sweet, leathery oak flavors. Oh, it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Getting like I keep going back to that smoothness, and there's a flavor associated. It's like creamy. It's like a not like a buttercream, but it's smooth. It's light. It's airy. Oh, what you guys make me thirsty. Hey, pour one. Go for it. Spicy plum is what I got out of it just last weekend. Tequila cast finish does this thing wonders. All right, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah,
Spicy plum.
that's would be delicious.
Yeah, I could agree with that, because for me it's kind of like a nondescript fruit, and I'm also still kind of coming off of this congestion that I had last week. So you guys feed looks like that meme with the rainbow haired chick and her friend. I know the one he's talking about. It's like that's the black hair, black scarf girl that's just sitting there like,
Yeah.
and then there's like a dyed hair.
That's good. That's on point, Shmojo.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. There's like a roundness to the palate. Anyway, delicious.
Yeah, no, they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, like I'm a huge fan of the classic and the Dorado, but all of their special releases, not a single one has been a disappointment. In fact, I did that bourbon. It was a whiskey exchange with Bourbon Dippity, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before that. And I brought Del Bac's fall release, 2021, I think.
Yeah.
It was fall or winter.
That would have been
I brought that release. And, with the other guys were showing up with this 13-year Hirsch special release, or, here's Booker's from 2017. You can't get it anymore. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know how these guys are going to feel about a single malt. They loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah. So it's time and time again, Del Bac, they put out really performing whiskeys. like
Yeah.
really well-performing whiskeys, and they knock it out of the park every time.
Yeah. What somebody had mentioned the tequila cask finish. There was a distiller's cut of their mesquite smoke that was finished in tequila cask. That, if I had to rank them, that one is number one still for me. But this one is the Frontera. Here is delicious.
Yep.
Unsmoked American single malt finished in sherry casks, aged in new white oak before the sherry finish. So, all right, what'd you pour?
I like that. We will take that blame.
We are positive influences.
Yes. This is
We are spiritual leaders.
I got kicked out of a Discord because I pointed out that I was a minister, and because of the Worth the Dram thing, and I was like, that makes me a spiritual leader, and they're like, you're out. They timed me out for about 3 hours.
Nice.
Buffalo Trace. Sorry, solid.
I love Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace is a good one.
Old reliable.
Old reliable when you can find it.
True. I actually still have 2 bottles that I picked up in Tucson when they yeah, I just never I don't know what to do with them, because like I don't mix a lot. We don't have a lot of people over, so I don't mix a lot of drinks, and I have other whiskeys that I like to drink neat. Procrastinator. I don't know if you know who Poe is. Poe is one of my my D&D campaign. All right, good. We are in different cities. So Red is still in Tucson. I am in southern New Hampshire. But hey, I got a surprise for you, buddy. I'm going to be in Tucson end of April.
Cool. You just don't know. My whole body just had a experience. So
that wasn't very. That's just product placement. I know what you're doing with the box shirt.
Yeah. Well, repping a little bit.
We're not 5,000 miles apart.
It feels like it. It feels like it. I can barely feel you now.
I can point directly to you. I know you're right. You're right there.
You're right. Oh, I felt that. Do you feel the fingers touching?
the God touch from the painting. So I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be out there for about 4 days. I think we should shoot a couple mini episodes, like whatever we got on the backlog. We definitely need to plan a trip to Del Bac.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, we had just chills. So I think so. I started with a Glencairn like you got, but then I actually switched to one of my Libby glasses because Del Bac actually recommends that you try this with a large ice cube.
Do they really?
Yes.
I should have done more research.
So I'm gonna knock this out and then top it off.
Try it out. I'm gonna pour a little bit more. I'll keep mine neat. We'll have a joint.
Okay.
Tasting. Double tasting.
My God, that cork just doesn't. Oh, you know what else I picked up? You remember when I posted a couple pictures for the Starlight? Double oaked single barrel pick. Well, I picked up a second single barrel pick from Liquor Junction. So the red label is a double oak, and then I went in and right next to it is a maroon label, and it also says double oak. And I was like, what's the difference between the red and the maroon? He goes, oh, the maroon is a French oak. Oh yeah, I picked it up. Yeah. It is so damn good. It is so damn good. All right. Large ice cube.
So Del Bac recently changed their later duck. Appreciate you tuning in. Del Bac recently changed their labels, and I'm a fan of the new labels.
Dude,
I like it.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. All right. So the water that comes off the ice cube as soon as you drop it in, it releases this pungent caramel, not quite caramel, but like, you know those little bits of honey candies that actually, you know what, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's somewhere between caramel and honey, and it just right up the bar card.
Nice.
You know what? All right, so you know how we've mentioned that certain whiskeys just have like a profile flavor.
Yeah.
The ice cube brings out that single malt profile.
Nice.
So it's not quite, it's not quite a flavor,
Yeah.
but it does. Yeah, it kind of, I mean, I like it. I like the coolness that the ice cube gives it. But it, unfortunately for me, it kind of tamps down a lot of the flavors and brings that single malt essence kind of to the forefront.
Yeah.
On the nose, though, I love it. It kind of leads me to believe that somebody at Del Bock dropped an ice cube in it and smelled it. They're like, "Stop the presses! It smells amazing."
This is delicious.
Yeah, and it could be because this it's the first drink I've had today. Well, actually, technically now second, so I could just have a little bit of that whiskey shock on the tongue from the first glass to the second. So it's possible.
Yeah,
I have to contend that it's possible.
Well, I think that means you just have to have a third glass so that you can, tell where you're at. Didn't
somebody in our chat just say that we're a bad influence?
No, they said we were an excellent, and they said we're a great influence. What they said. So I do want to, this is bottled at 97 proof, which I think is perfect. It's enough heat to where you can get a lot of that flavor in there, but it's not where you're tasting the alcohol. You know what I mean?
Man, I've been hovering at like 130 lately.
Dang. So. No, dude, that's not. I've been hovering around 100 lately, so this is.
Yeah.
This is right. This is right at my mark.
That's why I say it like at 97 proof. Like it's smooth. It's smooth sailing. It's calm waters for me.
Yeah.
I've got this Jack Daniel's single pick for it's like 134 proof, and it's no. I'm pretty sure my JD is 133. My Old Forester is 134, and both of those are rock polishers.
Yeah.
And I'm aware that I just need to get through them. So that's kind of where I've been at lately.
I got a Old Elk Weeded. I think is 100. I think that one's 120 proof.
That's actually that's a little high for Old Elk.
Or maybe that's
usually. Yeah, I was gonna say because Old Elk, they usually their sweet spot for me for their weeded is like 110 to 115.
But that's where I've been hanging out lately.
Okay, yeah.
It's right around there. But I'm liking what this 97 proof is doing to me. It's getting. I got a good hug right here. Got a good Kentucky hug going. Arizona hug going on.
Straight out of Tennessee.
Straight out of Tennessee.
Dude, all right. So, I got obviously. I sent you in our private chat. I sent you the that clip from Why Not from the intro video. Yeah. I actually ended up watching that episode again, and I'm probably gonna watch it again on April 1st because it's just I still can't believe how they managed to hit every single one of our tropes in a single take.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't seen, in our bio, it's a link to our YouTube channel. We have a April 1st special, April Fool's special, where our wives pretend to be us and review wine. It's hilarious, and they hit, like Grim was saying, every single one of the tropes that we do, everything.
Yep. The nose rub, for me, I love when they're sniffing their wine glass. They're like, I'm getting like a really alcohol scent. Like it definitely smells like a wine. Far and away. I mean, we've got what, like 100 videos up right now. We probably I think we hit like 50 episodes ish. Far and away, still one of my favorites. Like top 10 easy, top 5 probably.
Yeah, no, 100%. That one, and then our 100 subscriber special where we didn't realize that the second half of the episode didn't have sound, and so we had to refilm.
Yep.
That might have been the sloppiest we've ever gotten filming.
No. So that was up until that point, that was the sloppiest. But the sloppiest was the Leopold Brothers, Super Leopold Brothers melee, because we drank like 3 times as much as we usually do. Because we get these flavored whiskeys, right? And then we do 3 of them because we hate flavored whiskeys, so we just knock them all out in one shot. And then we're like, let's do it again and just mix other stuff with it. And then let's do it again and bring some stuff in from the kitchen. And to date, that is the only time in the history of this of Worth a Dram. That's the only time that I've really, really regretted the drink. And because like I got nauseous that night, I got nauseous a week later when I was editing the episode, and then I got nauseous the following week when I watched the episode to mark the time for the chapters on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Never went back.
Yeah.
I still can't. Don't get me wrong. Like I do like Leopold Brothers. Like they do
yeah,
with the infusions that they do during the fermenting process. Like they get a lot of flavor out of their whiskeys.
Some of the best flavored whiskey I've ever had.
But we screwed up. Like you screwed me up for Leopold Brothers. I think I do blame you. I think I blame you.
Yeah, that's the one we ended up mixing every single flavor together, and then having glasses of that. Yeah.
So
we stained the glasses too. I think
we did. Yep. Overall, like I do like the coolness that the ice. Yeah, I think this is a good whiskey to have chilled. So I would say try serving it up, but I don't think I like how much the ice waters it down, being exposed like directly in the whiskey. Yeah. That's some jungle juice style. Poe, if you want to see us, go onto the Worth a Dram channel and search for Super Leopold Brothers. Because so the first bottle was this New York apple flavor that we were gifted by a guy that we used to work with.
So good.
It's an apple mashed. Like they actually put apples in the mash when they ferment and distill it, and it's really, really good. It doesn't drink like a whiskey. It drinks like an apple juice with a punch. So Red's wife got us 3 more flavors from Leopold Brothers, and it was
blackberry, peach, and cherry.
And blackberry. Yep. And man, don't get me wrong, their flavor is on point, but we had way too much, way too fast. And unfortunately, none of them smell good. Like I hate. No,
that was the odd thing.
Yeah. I think which one? I think peach was the only one that actually smelled like peach. I think it was cherry that actually kind of smelled like cat food.
Is that the one? Which one did you put your boot in my face and say, "Look, they smell the same"?
That must have been blackberry.
Blackberry?
Yeah.
So we also have. So there's also the Devil's Cut episodes, which are all the outtakes. 90% of the Devil's Cuts come from that episode, and then any one where we do multiple whiskeys in that same night. I mean, like 3+ whiskeys in the same night that we were reviewing. Because by the end of that, we just
bourbon
barely filled. What up, man?
I feel like it's been forever since I need to be more active in Discord and on Instagram as a whole.
Life, man. Life happens.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've been busy out here, and especially like come wintertime, like I feel like I'm just trying to keep my kids alive because they just want to go outside all the time.
We did some snow hiking, and that was the highlight of the winter. We never get snow out here.
We got
what I meant. So Del Bac sent us their new Frontera American single malt, finished in Spanish sherry cask, bottled at 97 proof. Part of their global cask series. This is their first release of 2020. What year is it? 3?
Yep. You nailed it, man.
And it is delicious. I think that's what we've come to.
It is really, really good. But I think so. You did say out loud it's only 1,200 bottles for this release, correct?
Right, only 1,200 bottles. They will ship to Arizona and Kentucky, but they do have some limited distribution in New York, Missouri, California, Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee, and Illinois.
I can't help but notice that my state isn't listed there, so I doubly appreciate the efforts that they went to get me a bottle. I probably shouldn't have said it out loud, but I do really, 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 really love Del Bac, and I appreciate them.
We'll fix it in post.
If you remember, so it was actually you that turned me on to Del Bac because you had never been, but you mentioned their volunteer bottling crew.
Yeah.
And I signed up, and within like 2 or 3 weeks, my email had been chosen.
Yep.
And to date, Del Bac is still the only bottle that I've ever earned, rather than just, gotten money for a paycheck and gone out and bought. So to anybody that doesn't live in Tucson and isn't aware of like their program, they actually they have a volunteer bottling crew, like a sign up thing. So you throw in your email, and if you get chosen, you go in and you take a station on their bottling line, be it staging the bottles. The only two things you can't do are filling and applying the labels, because the sticker machine is like very, very finicky, and it takes like real practice and training to do. But everything else, like you kind of just jump on the line and is that
inconsiderate? The airplanes are inconsiderate.
Oh, airplanes, okay. Anyway, so you jump on the line.
They should know I'm doing a live.
They should. You know what? I'm surprised you didn't contact Tucson International and tell them, like, hey,
I should have.
Yeah,
should have.
Don't you know who we are?
Take this out of the flight path.
I contacted Manchester Airport and I told them chill for the night, just ground all flights because I need quiet.
See,
my wife didn't get the memo, and she hung a giant ass wind chime right outside my window there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, I bought a wind chime. We can put it up.
Yeah, so Del Bac, you basically just take a position on the line, bottling, labeling, sealing, and packaging like big batch orders of their whiskey, and then that gets shipped off to whoever ordered it. But at the end of your shift or the beginning, you get lunch and you get a bottle of the whiskey from the line that you helped package, and that's what turned me on to Del Bac, because I never, until you had mentioned them, I never tried it. But I have been a Del Bac fanboy ever since.
You and me both, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta tell you. So, like, yeah, I do like the coolness from the ice, but I do not like the water in it. I feel like having it neat, maybe chilled, I think is probably the way to go.
Yeah. Right now, I'm loving the like the sweet red wine feel, and then that sweet oak leather on the finish is just, it's doing things to me, and I enjoy it.
Yep. Yeah. No. I am super into this. And again, huge thanks to Del Bac for hooking us up here. And expect to see us at the end of April.
Dustin, I do see you joined, so thank you, sir.
Yo.
No, not you, but thank you for creating this.
Yep, I missed that in the feed. Yeah, so if you guys missed it, I will be out in Tucson at the end of April, so expect to see us at least probably. Well, I may come alone because I know I'll be out on an on Friday for you, Red.
All right.
I've thought about just showing up on site and hanging out for a little bit and seeing people that I haven't seen in a while. But we got Saturday and Sunday, and I've got like Friday and Monday as like kind of like a free time for me. So.
Yeah, so I definitely think we should swing by Del Bac. We should just get on the schedule. Maybe do a tasting and a tour. Well, at the very least, you know what? I'm also thinking. Go ahead.
I was going to say, at the very least, I don't have a sweatshirt, so that's really what I'm going for.
You need a sweatshirt. You need a sweatshirt for sure.
I mean, I've been shoveling snow out here without a Del Bac sweatshirt to keep me warm.
It keeps you extra warm because it's from the desert.
Yeah,
I mean.
That's it. That's exactly it. Like, I didn't want to pop this before our live, but I did have this like tucked into my jacket when I was snowblowing the other day. Sold out. No. All right, how long does it take to restock? Because I mean, it's roughly 5 to 6 weeks.
Oh, we got flannel now.
I feel bad I'm not wearing the flannel, but that's kind of my thing. So like, let's set aside a flannel for me. I'm probably a large or an extra large. I will get one. I am there. But I
can swing by and pick it up.
All right, that's fair. But I'll be there April 27th to the 28th until like that Monday or two. I think May 1st. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to go back. I haven't been to Tucson since we left. We were in Phoenix last October, but we just didn't, with the wedding, my brother-in-law's wedding, we didn't have time to come down there.
Yeah.
But, you know, a point that I made is that, you know, like, you know, I have a family in Tucson, and that's you, and it's your family, and everybody that I kind of, or every circle that I joined. I really shouldn't say everybody that joined my circle, but like the circles that accepted me while I lived out there before I got married and started my own. So yeah, I am excited to come out and see you guys. It's been far too long.
Yeah, I miss
Lars,
your
how are
musk.
you doing? I miss your musk. We should show up at my old house and be like, hey, do you mind if is the set still up? Can we just film a quick episode here?
Can you just open your garage real quick?
Yeah, you don't need to let us in the house. We just need the garage. I guarantee the wood panel is still on the wall, because I mean that's hung up with liquid nails. Like they'd have to replace the wall to bring that down.
Yeah, and we put the shelves into the studs too. I mean, you can get those out, but
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So the angle bit that I got, or the angle guide for the drill bits that I got for those shelves, brilliant. It has served me so well in all of my construction projects since then.
Yeah.
But being able to make those floating shelves and actually have them hold up like dozens of bottles of whiskey.
Yeah.
I'll take that feather and I'll shove it right in my hand.
No, you should.
Very much.
You should. So one other thing when you come out here, we got to do is one, we'll hit batch up. But they opened up. I don't know if you saw. They opened up Snake and Barrel, which is their underground like bar. Lots of seating.
Okay.
Lots of cool, like speakeasy.
So I don't know. I feel like I might have said this on in an episode. But batch is really what kicked off my whiskey enthusiasm. Because like cars, hey, we're doing pretty well. How are you doing, buddy? So they have, obviously, you know, Batch is a whiskey and donut bar. And I've always kind of liked the idea of the Moscow Mule, but I don't like vodka. So I get there, I order a little bit of food, and I see that they've got a Kentucky Mule with bourbon in it. I'm like, let's talk about bourbon. And I ended up learning a lot that day that I was there, talking with the people behind the bar at Batch. And then I see a bacon-covered Bavarian cream-filled donut. And I said, I need that donut, and I need a whiskey to go with it. And then they hooked me up there. And then, like, it's been history ever since. I think that's really what kicked it off for me. Yeah. And you know what? We have had this conversation, but if you want to fill in, or at least if you want to repeat your whiskey history.
Yes. Well, I can start with Batch. Sonoran Sour is what did it for me. So it's a whiskey sour made with prickly pear syrup. Mm-hmm. And oh my gosh, that was delicious. I came home and I was like, I have to try and make this. And my version was terrible. But that did set me into, okay, I think fairly soon after that is when I saw you in Total Wine and we had the idea for Worth a Trim. So,
yep.
I mean.
Yeah, 9 a.m. on an off Friday. I'm looking at bourbon, and then I hear like, "What up, buddy?" And I turn. I'm like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing at a liquor store at 9 a.m.? What are you doing at a liquor store at 9 a.m.?"
Those good times. I think I picked up Balvenie 12. I think is what I picked up that time. I still remember that.
Yep. That makes sense. Actually, because I remember. Yeah, actually, you were there to restock your Balvenie 12.
Yes.
And then I remember having that conversation with you about like my personal favorite being the Balvenie 14, the Caribbean cask. Because I think at the time you were the Doublewood fan, and I liked the Caribbean cask.
Yeah.
However, American Oak blows them both out of the water.
Yeah. I had the Portwood recently, the 21-year Portwood, and that is now the new top.
Yeah, that one's good. I for reliability though, availability and affordability.
Yeah,
which is what those two. That's 50 and 50 for reliability for me. The American Oak, top notch for me.
Yeah, 100%.
I do really like the 21-year. It's so smooth. It's so dark. I love it. The port comes through 100% in their whiskey.
Yeah.
But the American Oak for me, like I could pound that and then the next day be like, all right, I gotta go get more.
Yeah, gotta get another bottle.
It's
Yes.
so good.
I 100% agree with you there. I'm getting the signal that it is time for dinner. So we're gonna have to start wrapping up a little bit.
All right, hey, that's fair. Can't argue with the missus. Also, tell her I said hello.
I will. She's wondering if she can film with a second camera when you're out. Get a little B-roll footage.
Does she want to do the B-roll? Because all right, so here's the thing. I don't know if you ordered it, but like, so this is the it's a USB-C shotgun mic that should work with our phones. It does work. It just doesn't work with Instagram Live because when you're recording, you have to actually specify like this is the recording device that I want. I was kind of thinking like with the new format, obviously we can't do like a static shot from the front and then a B-roll, but what we could do is just have two cameras set up side by side, one kind of pointing this way, one kind of pointing this way. And then if we do have, yeah, and I'll probably end up using like one audio track or whichever one picks up better, and then I'll just, when I do editing and post, I'll just pop them back and forth.
Yeah. No, I like it.
However you want to do that, but like, you know, I saw the message where you know, like, are you guys going to start doing videos again? We're like, that's kind of what kicked us off because I said it out loud to Sam, and Sam's been back to Arizona I think 3 times since we moved out here.
Yeah.
And I've only traveled the one time for the family event, and I do appreciate her because she's the one that pushed it. She was like, you should go. Set something up, just go. And like, people have asked like, oh, what are you doing in Arizona? I'm like, oh, it's probably just whiskey. it's just worth the brand stuff.
Just whiskey.
Yeah, so if I do this, I think you were also talking about potentially coming out this way April or May-ish.
Yeah.
Because we can shoot more, we can do more.
We can do a ton.
Yep.
We can run around the beach.
Do you want to go to the beach? Because
I see the beach once every like 4 years. So
yeah, I mean, I think there's a no glass law on the beach, but we can probably show up with like glass.
You know,
I think there are laws
snoot
here.
Glass.
What's that?
Snoot glass.
The snoot glasses. That's right. We have the stainless steel snoot glasses. All right, so let's do that. Yeah, let's
check our link in the bio for an affiliate code. Snoot glass.
I don't know why you're pointing up because I think it's down wherever it is. But
whatever.
Yeah. Snoot 100%. Another top performer as far as we're concerned because like they have
100%.
I still need to pick up some crystal glasses because they are gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just, you know, like we talked, I really haven't been drinking as much as I did when we were filming consistently, but
I have a ton of bottles on the bar right now that are this much drunk or maybe just a little bit more than this. And I'm trying to rotate through them healthily. But I have
that's the key word because you really don't have help anymore.
That's true.
I was there for you and I left and I feel terrible about it.
It's okay. now I'm going to get all the people come volunteer. Hey, I'll help you.
Yeah. So I mean, like I'll be out at the end of April. We'll pound out a couple episodes and then whenever you come out, we can film some stuff here. We'll start making more in-person content. I think,
and I'm very excited about that.
I am super excited. I don't have the words to describe like how excited I am, which is a problem because between this and my D&D stream, like it's my job to be able to describe things, and I'm terrible at it.
Bourbon enthusiasts, let's schedule it up. We'll do a big style.
Yeah. Yep. I'm down. I'm down to get like kind of back into the fold.
Let's do it
and start doing more stuff because like granted, you mentioned life happens. Life happens.
I can't do it this Friday though because I am seeing Taylor Swift in concert. So kind of excited about it. Kind of see Taylor.
Speaking of Friday, I'm pretty sure Friday is St. Patty's Day. I don't have
It
my
is St.
calendar
Patty's
because my calendar is a camera right now. But we have both received or will be receiving whiskeys. So I've got mine from Bunratty.
Yeah. And North Cross should be here soon. I believe.
So maybe Thursday. I mean, I usually stream on Twitch on Thursdays, but I can always take a minute we can do a little thing for St. Patty's Day if you want.
Yeah, we can figure it out for sure. That's tomorrow.
At the very least, I'll take a couple more Bunratty pictures that we can kind of like sing. Actually, I've got Bunratty, Keeper's Heart. I have drank through my Redbreast twice since the last St. Patty's Day.
Do you have the sample of the Kentucky Oak I gave you?
Yes, I do. I have all of the samples because we haven't done a live in a while.
Or did the writing rub off because it had a leak?
It's possible.
You can't tell what's what.
It's very. I've got a whole box of blind tasting, but yeah, I have every sample that we've traded because we haven't done a live in a while. So I think we really do. We need to make a better effort about doing like weekly lives to get through some of these samples. Yeah. And it doesn't even matter because like granted, like it's been long enough since we've traded samples that you probably have empty bottles that I have samples left of, and vice versa.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah. So I think we should probably just do like random sample Fridays and we'll go live for 30 minutes and like, this is what you sent me last year, and then well, this is what I've got from you.
We'll go through it. I have an entire shelf in my office of just sample bottles.
Same. It's right there. Do you remember my shelf? I posted a picture like the sunlight hits the whiskey first in the Rogers household. Yeah. Bottom shelf. I've got I've got 2 Booker's boxes full of sample bottles.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, I don't want to keep you. I don't want to earn the ire of your wife there.
No, we're gonna have some dinner here shortly. So appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate Whiskey Del Bac sending us both samples, not samples, full ass bottles.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate their American Single Malt Classic non-smoked Frontera, which is their first release of their global cask collection. Sherry finished, 1,200 bottles, releases March 25th. It is straight up delicious, and
straight up,
if you are able to get one, I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Also, speaking of the change in the label, have you noticed that the embossing is kind of like a wash?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a topographical map.
I love that.
Like,
I remember when I first moved out there. So this is 13, 14 years ago when I first moved out to Tucson, and someone referred to the wash as a river, and I was like, I'm gonna go down to the river. I'm gonna take a look, and it's just a lower section of desert under a road. And then I finally learned the term like wash and like how it all kind of like how geographically how that forms. But I really do. I really, really do. I know it's such a very subtle touch, but I really do appreciate like the embossing on the label.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it comes across, but
no, just a lot of gold. A lot of gold filigree there.
It's awesome.
Yeah. No, they again, like the whiskey is top notch, and I know we've said presentation is secondary to taste, but like presentation wise, they're using the same old classic bottles, which I've always loved. Like the profile, the contour of it is just, it's sleek, it's sexy, like it's a perfect bottle for an Arizona whiskey. But the new labels, again, knock it out of the park.
On point.
They're delicious. Yep.
On
point.
Man, good stuff.
I got a little bit left here.
Hold on, I gotta add a little bit.
Still a really satisfying cork.
Can't. What'd you say?
Still a really satisfying cork.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy. For all you guys still watching, remember, no matter how you like your whiskey, that's
the right way.
No, I can't end it. I was trying to end it on that.
No, you have to drink it first. And
Oh,
dude,
shit.
I timed it, and you didn't do the thing.
I was trying to end it at the same time.
No.
Like, oh, drink, end. All right. Well, next time. Next time we'll get it right.
So, hey, I'll see you in a few weeks.
I'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, your Christmas.
All right, buddy.
Later, man.